deciding to get fit is one of the best decisions you'll ever make in your life. 30, 40 years from now, you're not going to regret starting to care about your fitness. I was always very skinny. From the time I was growing up, when I was in primary school, I was generally one of the skinniest guys. I was quite tall because, there's a lot of tall people in my family and that's just genetics, right? But I was genuinely very, very skinny. And I didn't actually realize like how skinny I was or how weak I was until I went to high school, because people start talking and, some people get bullied and stuff like that. So you start to, be more self-aware. When I was a kid, like, you don't really care. Like, you don't care how you dress. You don't care what you eat. So I guess one of the biggest things that getting fit did for me was my health issues. I had one of the hardest childhoods in terms of sickness, falling sick. I was one of these kids, like, I'd fall sick over the slightest thing. Like, I'd go outside, too much sunshine, I get a headache. Dust outside, I would get flu. I would fall really, really sick. I had allergies. If you grew up with allergies, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It wasn't just allergies. It was genuinely, I would fall sick literally every 2 weeks. I remember when I went to boarding school for the first time, I was out of school like every 2 weeks with different sicknesses, all types of things. Like, my health was really, really one of my weak points. I used to think that, it's normal, right? Because, I'm a kid. And, when you're growing up, your parents will not really, like, consider the things like you're eating. And, you're a kid, you want to eat pizza, you want to eat ice cream. Your parents are going to do that for you. They're not going to, like, put you on a crazy diet. Your parents, what they care about when you're growing up is putting you through school, making sure you're safe. If you say you're sick, they're going to take you to the hospital, right? But for me, it was really, really, really bad, to the point where I would skip school for like weeks with different illnesses and I would fall sick like every other week. My body, my immune system was really, really weak. When I started like taking fitness serious, I noticed immediately a big change in that, in terms of falling sick, allergies, things like that. And that just wasn't just because of, going and lifting weights. That was also because fitness had an impact on the foods I'm eating. In my first 6 months of the gym, I was generally eating crap because I didn't know that, to gain muscle and stop being skinny, I don't only have to go to the gym and train, but I also have to care about what I'm eating. I have to eat foods like this and this. Otherwise, I'm not going to make gains, right? I started to look at the foods I'm eating at home, right? I started to slowly change my diet into eating more meals, first of all, because one of the reasons I was so skinny is because I never used to eat. Like, I would eat when I'm hungry. I was one of these kids that would go play with my friends football in the morning and come back at 4 p.m. and that's when I would eat, and then that's it. Or maybe I have like some cereal and stuff like that. Changing the way I eat, the way I looked at food was a big thing in terms of my health. I have not fallen sick. I can't remember the last time I went to the hospital because I've fallen sick. Now I only have allergies because, allergies is something like, it's seasonal. The weather can affect your allergies and stuff like that. Stop going to the hospitals. Like, I used to be in the hospital every 2 weeks. Something different. Something like food poisoning would take me out. I would be this close to death on certain things that shouldn't actually kill you. It's things which now I get and I don't even have to go to the hospital. Like, there's certain diseases I'll get now and I'll just literally take painkillers and give my body like a few days and eat properly, and my immune system will generally be able to, take care of it. I wouldn't have to like skip school or stop doing what I'm doing for a couple of weeks. I'm at the point now where my body is strong enough to fight these diseases, and I feel like that is one of the biggest things that changed for me. The second thing I'm going to talk about, something I feel like a lot of people go through but we don't talk about enough, how fitness changed my confidence. As I said, I wasn't someone that actually cared about this stuff. I didn't realize that I actually lacked confidence. I didn't realize that some of the things I did growing up was because I was lacking in confidence. From the way I used to dress, because of my physique. Like, bro, you never ever catch me in a pair of shorts ever in your life. I was one of these kids that if we're going swimming, like, when you're going swimming in school, I'd literally wear a shirt just to get in the pool. I wouldn't like show my physique. I'd be terrified. Like, I'd literally wear hoodies every single day, even when it's hot, baggy jeans, baggy pants and stuff like that, trying to hide my physique. I didn't actually realize that this was a confidence problem until I got to high school again. But that's when I started realizing, like, damn, like, there's certain clothes I never ever wear because I'm scared of the way I look. I'm scared of my physique. Like, my stomach wasn't even big, but I used to wear shirts just to get into a swimming pool. Like, that's how bad it was. When I started working out, bro, let me tell you guys, from the way I dress, like, bro, I literally walk into a shop, I walk into a shop in a vest, in a mall, I don't care anymore. Like I genuinely don't care. Like I wake up in the morning and look at my physique and I'm happy. Like I don't even care about what I wear anymore. I am so confident in the way I look, and I don't even have the best physique. I'm not the biggest guy ever, because of the comfort and the confidence that fitness gives you. Before I started going to the gym, bro, even being in public setting, I would be intimidated easily by other men and by other people. But now I walk into a bar with 100 people and I don't care. Like I genuinely don't care. And this is something I've seen other people go. Like there's people who go to the gym, they're not even big, they don't even have like big muscles and big arms and stuff, but you can genuinely see the change of confidence that they have. And when I started going to the gym, the way I dressed started to change, the way I interact with people started to change. You start to feel a sense of more authority, not arrogance. Some people take it as arrogance, but I feel like it's a sense of authority. I'm a disciplined individual. I'm someone that is committed. I can go and talk to someone and genuinely, be myself, because I don't care. Like I'm so confident in what I have done. Doing this 4 years from where I started, bro, it has not been easy. So the fact that I actually did it has given me a lot of confidence in the way I interact with people, women, all types of things. If you're someone that lacks confidence, I feel like the gym would be really, really good for you. Last thing I'm going to talk about, the way the gym changes your mindset. I went from someone that lacked discipline, commitment. I was one of these guys that would start something, and then when things stopped going well, I hop into the next thing and the next thing, looking like hopping to different things. I would never stay committed to something for the long term. And I feel like fitness has made me more committed. Like I'll start a business, I will lock in. Like even this YouTube channel, like let's pause this video, open my channel, scroll to the first video, just work out. I wouldn't show my face, I wouldn't speak, I would just put like some loud music in the back. I wouldn't talk. Now look at me. If you would have told me a few years ago that I would be recording myself speaking and posting shit on the internet, I would have laughed your head off. This, bro, look at this. This is all because of fitness. Because this is a fitness channel at the end of the day. Like, look at what fitness has driven me to do. It's driven me to make content. Confidence that you've built up by changing your physique. You can now do anything. The confidence that I have now, the fact that I have been able to change my physique and been committed and disciplined, and I've put in the work and the effort. There is nothing I feel like I can't do at this point. Like there's no business that I feel like I can't do. There is no money stuff I can't do. I'm literally on social media talking and posting it for the world to see, right? And that's because of fitness. That's literally because of fitness. It's not because I have money or stuff like that. It's because I'm confident in my ability to do something long term without giving up. Even when things get hard, I'm still here and I'm doing it. And that's because of fitness. It's not just about muscle, but it's about how it builds your mind as well.